So maybe support him. I am so triggered.
Ah,
Just
all
because
this while.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to King Seed TV. This is still the hub, and my name is Chibueze. Today, we'll be continuing with our lockdown series. So, on this week's episode, I asked that you share your opinions with us. Tell us what you feel about this because this is a topic that goes beyond me and beyond the panelists. It's a topic that affects everyone in the society, especially within the African communities all over the world. So tell us what you feel about it. So today we'll be talking about parenting in African homes. So to begin with, watch this video. Don't go anywhere.
Our analysis is based on the viral video of a family where the father is seen physically and verbally abusing his son in the presence of the son's younger brothers or younger siblings and suspectedly the son's mother who was behind the camera. The reason for this is that the man had spent about 21,000 US dollars and the boy came out not sitting for mathematics and had performed poorly in other subjects while passing music. For the sake of the sensitivity of the clip, it has been decided not to show it here, but in case you have not seen it yet and are interested in seeing it, it shall be linked in the description of this video.
Whoa. Man. So apparently the story there is that the boy failed most of the subject anyways, but he got an A in music.
Oh, I didn't even get I thought he just failed.
Yeah, me too.
throughout.
I didn't get
No,
that.
no, he had an A in music, but he failed the other ones.
Oh, wow, that's good. Okay.
So the dad
What is it?
was very furious. Hey, he was very furious.
I think this is just one of the things where it's just unnecessary to post because what was the reason? The mom, the thing that pissed me off the most was the mom.
Thank
Because
you.
why are you filming? You're holding what is that gonna do? What do and then you're filming the camera was she had a goal with that camera, but her hand with the pillow was shaking. I'm just like that's mommy's triggered.
I am so triggered. To me, I have so much to say about this, so I think I'll let everyone go first. But the mom was the most annoying part for me. That's all I can say for now. But I have a lot to say because,
You guys, there's
Hey, now.
So,
Go.
to start. Who wants to start? Duffy, you've been triggered since morning.
I've been triggered the whole day. It's been on my mind. My God.
Duffy,
Okay, I'll say this because I personally I experienced a bit of it, and to be honest, it didn't improve me in any way. It didn't make me better. I didn't magically pass my exams because I was hit. And what I don't like about parents who resort to it, I feel like it's like they've run out of measures. That's the only thing they can do. But there's a better way of doing things. You don't have to beat someone. At the end of the day, you're beating them. You're lowering this child's confidence. You're putting fear in them. So at the end of the day, they won't even come to ask for help if they have a problem. And you're there you know how much money I spent? That money does not equate to the age of that child. That child make you more money. What's 1,000? Me, personally, I had a similar experience, and what I told my parents was this: at the end of the day, you slapping me or beating me or anything, you're just wasting your energy, your time. And those threats, I could have used this money for something to buy land. You can do it. Please do. I didn't ask you to go to school, my friend. You can do it. Because at the end of the day, for me, I say there's a big positive. The guy passed in music, they can work with that.
Yeah.
Just look, okay, you passed in music. Let's see a way how we can push you to get like at least average grades on the other one, so that nothing is down. At least you make a compromise in a way that that person says, okay, I can try, and I know I failed, but let me try. But this slapping thing, I think it's something that shouldn't continue. It's a thing of the past that needs to stay there.
Yeah, you're right at that, because I think this child abuse thingy is something that almost every kid who grew up in Africa has experienced. I don't know. I think even in Europe, outside of Africa, I think most kids with African root have experienced this, and we almost don't even talk about it most of the times. You know, I don't know why. Maybe because we are scared of the parents, or because wanting. I have no idea, but I think this is a very, very sensitive topic that has to be looked into. Emmanuel, what do you have to tell us about this?
I think I'll start with a question, because I think my answer will be very unorthodox. Um, I'm not trying to cause commotion, please. Just saying, and I know mommy will come for me. So, but I
Let's
have to
see.
say, I have to say what I saw. So my question to you guys would be: was the beating too much or like brutal?
Okay, you guys answer the question. Yeah, mommy, go ahead.
Okay, so to answer the question, I feel like in this, and this is something that I will never understand. Like, why would you beat someone because of academical failure? Like, to me, the beating, whether too much or little, or the one slap was too aggressive, I feel like this is
Okay.
not the appropriate measure to use in this kind of situation, because when you fail, like as a student, like this kid, he already puts a lot of pressure on himself probably, and he's already feeling that hurt, because usually if you fail an exam, you yourself, okay, I failed, and this is hurtful and painful, and now you come home, and then your parents add on to that pain instead of encouraging you. And I'm not saying that you should, like, your child is doing bad or whatever, and you're like, oh funny, but I showed this video to my mom because I was so triggered. Oh my gosh. I sent it to people, and I showed it to my mom. And like, for me, I was never hit because of like any academical anything. And I mean, I was a good student. However, in math, I was literally the worst. As in, I was barely making it. I was always struggling. And it was really, really hard for me. And it wasn't because I was lazy or I was dumb or anything like that. It was just a subject that I wasn't as good at. But that didn't mean that I'm like stupid or I'm dumb or something like that. And anytime, like the times where I would maybe fail a test or something, and I would come to my mom, like instead of her yelling at me and shouting at me, she would take her time, talk to me, and she'd be like, you can do better than this. What happened? And she would try to encourage me. And I feel like that is the approach that one should take in situations like that, because you should rather think of like, why did this child fail? And as Geoffrey said, if you hit the child, the results are not going to change. And what is actually going to happen is that the next time this person fails, they're probably not going to tell their parents. I mean, there are a lot of people that I've heard of, or I know of, that have maybe failed in school, or even dropped out of school, or were kicked out of school, and they've never even told their parents. Like, to this day, their parents think they're like in university. Meanwhile, that child never graduated from high school because they're so scared. And I feel like this is not how it's supposed to be. If you see, this child is maybe academically not so talented, but they are very good with like crafts or something like that, then put them in a different school, or get them a tutor or something like that, and try and encourage them. And one thing that also really triggered me was, not just the physical abuse, but also the verbal abuse. He was calling him stupid. He was
Yeah,
insulting him,
that's
and to put that in someone's spirit, I don't know. I feel like that's a big thing, because I don't think we are any of us stupid or anything like that. But if someone, constantly, especially like someone that you, like your guardian, your parent, constantly tells you you're stupid, you're dumb, like you start believing that. And how are you, like, if you start thinking I'm actually stupid, I'm actually dumb, how are you gonna succeed? I mean, my parents think I'm stupid. I must be stupid. So how can I possibly succeed? So, and then don't even get me started on the mother, because I don't know, with the camera, she was like, stop doing that, it's too much, stop. Nah, I mean, I'm okay, let me just stop there. But uh,
Okay,
very
okay.
emotional.
It seems Geoffrey has something to say. No, we'll get back to you still. Just drink water and calm down, mommy. So, Geoffrey, I think you still have something to tell us, right?
Now, I think I'll just add on what Momi said. Like the beating, if it was muted and it was just the beating, okay, it wouldn't be that bad. But it's just what he spoke, how he spoke. It's
yeah.
like you demean your child. You're like, you're stupid. For me, I'd be arrested. The comebacks I would have, I would be arrested. Like, it must come from somewhere if I'm that stupid. So like it's yeah.
Hey,
I think personally, like, because like words have a lot of power, and if you say something, at least speak some life into that child. Be like, I know, as much as I'm disappointed, I know you can do it. You can make it.
mm,
Yeah.
So, Emmanuel, I guess you asked that question for a reason. Can we get back to you now?
yeah. So basically, they answered it, without me, pointing it out. Because personally, I was beaten, and but I
Wait,
was beaten with what?
if you are beating, can we see your hands up?
Well, actually
Both
wasn't.
hands.
Mommy, actually, you lived in paradise.
I wouldn't say paradise, but I don't know. My parents are a bit like more like unconventional. They're a bit
Mhm.
different, to say, put it
Okay,
that way. So
okay.
yeah.
Sorry, Emmanuel, to cut you short
No
though.
problem, no problem. So because I was beaten, I don't know. Our own the way they do it. Whatever is there, they will use it. So because I was seeing it was only slaps, as crazy as it may sound, it was like okay, but what both Jeffrey and Mumi said was the is what he spoke. Is what he spoke. Not only what he spoke, but the setting he was in. I guess it was like end of the term, and they were like, or half term, checking results, and the stuff that he said and who he said it in front of. Keep in mind, he's the oldest. The junior brother was on the right. The
Mhm.
youngest was opposite,
Yeah.
and downgrading him like that, it's very, very, it can be very, very toxic in him in future. And as she said, that thing can really like tamper with your spirit generally. And I feel like that's what really affected. So it's kind of like I'm kind of diverting, but like the black community, I don't think like the whole beating in slavery was after a while I guess they got used to it, we got used to it, but it's what was said, and we can see it in our community now. So the beat, I get it. Some people have never experienced like devilish beating, but that wasn't it. I'm just saying it wasn't that bad. But what he said, and the whole setting was very, very very wicked and evil. You know.
Um. Um. You know, but there's something we should also keep in mind. There's been a lot of people who have been beaten while growing up, and they turned out good. So how do we put this into perspective?